I have survived 8,000 days in hardcore Minecraft, thousands of hours and hundreds of live streams over a 3-year period, all working towards one big goal. And now, I'm finally there. The true story of my world is about to unfold. But to see where things are headed, we first have to go back to day 6,000, when I started a massive project to lay the foundation for our story. For the first time, I tackled a different dimension in this world, to create a super ambitious nether hub. Something that was only possible because of a game-breaking glitch in a snapshot version. So what did I do exactly? Well, I think you should see for yourself. This giant hole in the bedrock with a mountain range around it is called Asheville. But it's only the first stage of my nether hub. I'll show you more, but I want to ask for a small favor. These videos take a long time to make, so if you could like the video and subscribe to my channel, it would mean a lot. It really helps, it's free, and you can always take it back. And if you're a fan of my work, I made these really cool 8,000 days posters for you. They're all hand-signed, but there's only a limited amount available. So make sure to get one before they're gone forever. I have to admit, laying the foundation for my nether hub nearly broke me. Over 1 million blocks, layer upon layer, until I could almost run the laps with my eyes closed. But the layers just kept coming. So I did the only thing I could do. I simply kept building, even when the progress felt invisible. The thing that kept me going through all that was that I knew what would happen once this project was finally done. And when it was, the mountain stood tall, with the nether core at their center, and the lava ocean far down below, restless and alive. I had finally found a way to make this dimension mine. The energy in that sea of molten rock is endless, and with the core, I now have a way to extract all that power. It pulses through the hub like a heartbeat. All that remains is a way to channel that power to spawn, where we'll open the world portal, the one I built long ago, still standing there, waiting for a spark, strong enough to bring it to life. And that's what these coils are for. With a matching pair built at spawn, the time had finally come to test the interdimensional bridge I had designed. And I did so on a live stream with hundreds of people watching. If everything's right, this should work. I just have to press this button, and then I can leave. It's open! It's actually stable! Oh my god. I'm finally... Wait, what? No! Once the portal opened, I could hear voices coming from that direction. And after a little bit of troubleshooting, my chat could eventually hear them too. Rekrap, SB737, and Not Brock had entered my world through the world portal. Just casually minding their own business in whatever world they were in at the time, they suddenly got pulled in. So I decided to give them some gear and show them around.
Well, bring it on then.
Oh, we're going along the river, okay.
There's a long ice path leading all the way from my world spawn to my main base. So I led the way and guided my 3 visitors along the frozen river.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that does lower you.
Oh, it's daytime. It's daytime.
Yo,
Let's go.
it's so beautiful.
Not raining.
Dude, the sunrise is so dramatic. I love it.
Oh, this is an awesome ice path. And we just keep
Dude,
going.
I didn't
We're
do
just
anything to
zooming.
it. Like this was just here.
Really?
I'm coming. I'm taking up the rear. Don't worry.
Think fast, bro.
Oh my god, that's how. You guys got iron armor. Don't die.
Like, wind charges?
Wind
Or not?
charges? If you go lower than like
Guys,
you
every
are-
crit I hear, I think somebody's dead. It's not good.
Nah, we're all professionals here. We won't die, surely.
We've got armor on, I mean, we're used to no armor.
Exactly.
Oh yes, true.
This is easy mode. This is
I didn't know how
easy mode.
far away your starter base was from where you spawned. I didn't realize that, Looney.
So I beat the dragon and then I found like a double witch hut and I just decided to build the starter house there.
Oh yeah, this is very much like stronghold distance.
We should have like some gear to get you guys started here.
Dang, you have so much loot here. Holy crap.
Dude, I've been living here for 3 years. What do you expect?
I mean, I guess. I just am not used to seeing such cool Minecraft stuff.
Okay, fly to the gate, side of the mountain.
Alright. Yo! Oh, this world's so cool!
Yo, this is nice. This is nice.
Oh my goodness, look at the castle.
gosh.
Wait, are we going through like the
Wow.
opening gate here? Okay, I see.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I
I thought it was
I
I could fly in.
Can somebody
Be
grab a
careful.
key over there? Just from the snowman.
Yeah.
Just get it.
Oh!
There we go.
Cool.
Rek, walk through the middle. Walk through the
The
middle.
amethyst like
fine.
reflect or something.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yes!
I think you. Okay.
Wait, did you say walk through the middle or
Yeah.
don't walk through?
Okay, get over here, get over here. You guys all have a totem, right?
Yeah.
Are you
say it
brave,
like
boys? Turn off your shaders if you still had them on. And then like,
Oh,
don't
God.
pop a totem.
Okay.
Thanks.
I don't know where he's going.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way I remember this. I'm going! I'm going! Oh my gosh, Go! Ah!
I was so close. I was
Dude,
one
you were
jump
actually
away.
really close. Really close.
Wait, can I have one more go?
Yes, dude.
Is this or death? Here we go. Now watch me die.
Oh, SB's doing it. SB's actually doing it. Dude, this looks
Yes.
sick right behind you.
Come on. Yes.
Dude, he
What
got
is
it. He got it. One more.
Oh, I missed it. Now where do I land?
Yes, dude.
He did it.
Actually did it. Dude, that
And
looks
the stakes
so
are high.
sick.
I can do
Coming
it.
up behind you. Okay, guys, go. Oh my god.
Okay,
no!
I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to
There it
go.
Oh my god.
It's dangerous.
Dude, we
It's dangerous.
Guys, be careful. We almost lost track. We need feather falling. That's like, we need feather falling.
Yeah.
The instructions are simple. You walk into the wall,
don't like
and then you don't press any button, and you just look down. Okay?
Oh my
Do what Brooke did.
gosh.
Do you mind if I just eat a nut chopper?
Oh my
No, just do it. Just do it. SB made it. Brooke
Ah,
made it.
I'm so scared. Open.
Oh my
Wait, how
god,
do we
he
not
actually made
die?
it. Oh.
How do we not take fall damage? Is there water we go
Water.
through?
There's water on top of it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Enderman farm right across. Door is on the front. Okay, at least get feather falling. You guys... Oh, there's grindstone there. After a little while, SB went back to the portal at spawn. He had to leave to, I guess, break the end of the life seal or something. But me, Rek, and Brock built the first proper build in this world that wasn't made by me. Dude, you got paintings! That's actually sick.
Yeah.
Here, I got you, dude.
It was a really special feeling to not be alone in this world for a little bit. But as always, all good things must end. So after a while, I brought the boys back to spawn, where they too would leave through the portal they used to enter. Okay guys, if you go stand by the portal, I'll activate it and you should be able to...
Okay, just like let me know. Let us know, I guess, when.
Yes, I'm pressing the button and then it will power up. And when it reaches the top, you should be good to go.
Okay, bye, Looney. This
It was
awesome.
fun, dude.
Dude, thank you guys for visiting.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on, letting us build a base in your world.
Yo, you have a house now. Look at it. There it goes.
All right.
About 10 seconds, and you should be good.
I can feel the energy.
I feel it. I can feel it.
Yeah, you guys are good. See you on the other side, dude. I'm excited to leave this place myself.
Yeah, on the other side.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, they're heading out. Dude, that is it. I'm just by myself again. That's crazy. Well, that's a first. This world, as of today, is like no longer single player world, I guess. Crazy. Oh, and the portal shut off. Right, I'm out of here. As I made my way back to base, someone in chat told me that there was another player at spawn after the portal closed. Bro is there jumping around? What are you talking about? You saw a player jumping around? Dude, that can't be. Like, I saw them leave. Someone found the IP? I'm gonna go back. There should not be anybody there. SP is sneaking around? Dude, that's the last thing you want. No, you guys are messing with me. Nah, you guys, it's not real. You guys are just yapping. There's nobody here, I swear. Dude, what? Broken Reg did not place that. I was with him. I was right there with them. Guys, was there somebody in there? I guess everybody would panic if they just saw Minecraft's deadliest player in their hardcore world. But what does it really mean? I decided to break character and talk directly to my chat about the events of that day and their significance. The idea of having players in the world has been on the table for a long time, but when you do something like that, the rules are pretty simple. The game is in hardcore mode, and whatever happens, happens. I guess it's not a given anymore that this is my world. Dude, that freaks me out. I so want to log off right now. I don't feel safe in my own world. That is not an okay feeling. The day after opening up the portal, I had to deal with the aftermath of leaving my own world while Minecraft's deadliest player was still online. And let me tell you, he was there to cause trouble. My god. Bro left a clown face? That's like the Minecraft equivalent of graffiti in your house. But unfortunately, the damage was way worse. Clown had also stolen my first set of netherite armor and my dragon egg from my starter house. And I have absolutely no idea where he left either one of them. The thing that's really worrying though is the fact that there's a netherite sword here and he left it because it has smite. Without a doubt, the best sword enchantment in the game if you're playing single player. But no, if you're hunting for bigger game than zombies. There's just one weapon that could be worse. Oh no. There were heavy cores here. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a problem. But it will have to wait because I have to solve something else first. Yesterday I gave all my totems to Rek, SB, and Brock, and I need some new ones. wild that I only completed a raid for the very first time on day 7112. Then again, I didn't. But Loony did. That might seem like a confusing statement, but I started out as LoonyMC. I've had the username Loony for a while for multiplayer stuff, so after the first multiplayer session on my world, that seemed like a perfect moment to permanently switch. The next day, I managed to relink all my files and advancements, and with my world offline again, my nerves settled a little bit. Good thing they did too, because I had some complicated design work ahead of me. If you've been following my world for a while, you know that every year at its anniversary, I pick up all the shulker boxes that were left behind at the various projects to make an art installation with them. No skipping shulkers, no recoloring. And this year, I worked on so many crazy projects that the assorted mess of boxes was larger than ever before. The only sensible thing I could think of was creating a big, colorful, swirling vortex that filled the entire room. And even if I do say so myself, I think it turned out pretty cool. This room is one of my favorite places in my entire world just because of how weird it is. But I also think it's full. So next year, we're gonna have to look at another place. But I have a really cool idea already. While that yearly tradition remains firmly in place, there is no denying that things have changed recently. Last year, I lived in a different, much safer reality. But now that the portal has been opened, something has been set in motion. It's a scary thought. A once unthinkable scenario now seems like an all but certain future. Revoloony is coming. But that's not the reason I made the portal. It was always meant for me to leave this world, because I have to be somewhere else for a while. The time to leave is not quite here yet. But the clock is definitely ticking. So I better lock in, because there are a couple of things I want to take care of before I myself go through that portal. And one of them is actually inspired by my recent visitors. I think it would be so cool if the ice road from spawn to my base became a proper racetrack. These arrows are meant to lead the way, so that even someone who's on the track for the first time might be able to find where to go. I really love how that racetrack turned out, but it got me curious what it would look like on my world map. I think it's time to make a map room. First, I need to map out an area big enough to have all my main build locations on it. That's all of them. Now that I know how big the map is, it's time to build a cool structure around it. This place will double as a museum later, so I think it should be pretty big. That's looking good. Now finally, I want a garden around it, so the building doesn't feel so lost in space. And that's the map room completely done. It took me some time to figure out, but this line is the iceboat racetrack. Pretty wild, right? Now that all my main locations are on display, I think it's time for a big upgrade to the Nether Hub. I've designed a custom teleporter system that can send me to all my main builds in seconds. And I've saved space for it under the Asheville Mountains. The construction of this system isn't super interesting, and it's built over a stretch of a couple hundred days. So don't mind the day counter. And let me get to the cool part. I'll explain how this thing actually works. Under my Nether Hub, I made a ring of this instant wire design by Kahixen. For the system to work, this wire needs to be chunk loaded. That's what these portals are for. They send minecarts back and forth between dimensions to keep the chunks on both sides active. Otherwise, the redstone wouldn't be processed and the whole system does not work. Now that everything is loaded, I can use these simple interfaces to send a redstone signal over thousands of blocks in seconds. The interface sends a minecart into the Nether, and that's where the magic happens in these machines. They might look super complex, but they're actually pretty simple if we take them apart. One half of this is an encoder, the other half is a decoder. The encoder receives the minecart we just sent from the overworld and picks up the teleporter ticket with an item filter. Each filter connects to a redstone line, which has a corresponding binary code. Binary is a way of writing down numbers using just two options, 1 or 0. This is useful because it allows us to count using the two states of redstone, on or off. If you're not familiar with binary, it might seem complicated, but it's really not. Imagine you have to count to 10 on your fingers, but you can only use one hand. The problem here is that 1 and 6 will look the exact same way. To fix it and only use one hand, we count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this example, you can think of every extended finger as 1 and the rest as zeros. That is binary code. If it's still hard, just write 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16 on your hand and you'll start seeing the logic. Using one hand, we can now count to 31 in binary, and that number goes up exponentially with every finger or channel we add, so we can store a lot of data in a small space. For this system, we need those ones and zeros, or on-off states, to go into this instant wire to send our code all around the Nether Hub. Putting it into the wire happens here because of this repeater line. When a repeater turns on, the observer behind it puts a pulse into the wire. But the observer signal only gets passed on if the piston behind it is extended. Every item filter line has a different piston combination, so a different sequence of pulses goes into the instant wire depending on which filter is activated, just like the finger codes. Now that the code is in the line, the final step is decoding that sequence back into a binary value somewhere else. And that's also not as complicated as it might seem. We can simply read the instant wire with an observer. Since every item input from the overworld with a minecart creates a different sequence, all we need to do is freeze that sequence behind the observer to see what it is. You can do that by locking repeaters by powering them from the side. So the code comes out here, and after a 13-tick delay from this line, it gets frozen. The result is another binary code, where active lamps are 1 and inactive lamps are 0. Using that output, we can make combination locks behind it. This one needs a binary code of 0010. In decimal numbers, that would be a 4. The result is no powered repeaters here, a power torch, the lock activates, a minecart goes to the overworld, and there it activates the stasis chamber. Boom! I just traveled 6,000 blocks in seconds, and all I need to recharge it is put another pearl in the stasis chamber. I think this is a super cool system, but the biggest downside to it is that it has 32 chunk loaders, loading 9 chunks each in both the Nether and the overworld. for a total of 576 chunks. That's a pretty big investment because it adds system load comparable to the difference between 23 and 32 chunks of render distance. Luckily, my PC can handle that, and the trade-off is absolutely worth it. Or it was, before Dencraft Hero discovered lodestone teleporter tech. No, honestly, I love technical Minecraft. Lodestone teleporting is an amazing discovery, and as much as I love my homebrew system, I think I'll eventually have to switch over. To finish up my teleporter system, I decorated the control rooms of the teleporters that I'm using the most right now. The main base and my storage got external control rooms to prevent too much heavy chunk loading. And the starter house got this cool hill on the side. If you didn't know I made it, I'm sure you'd never spot it. And then, when the teleporter was done, the day came for me to go through the portal. Flying through it has been one of the most exciting things I've ever done in Minecraft. Because I left my world to be a part of what I believe is one of the coolest projects on the internet right now. This portal was made for me to be a part of UHC Generations. UHC Generations is a one-of-a-kind world. It's ultra hardcore, but whenever the player dies, the world gets passed on to the next generation. And because every player adds their own unique flavor to it, it's turning into a world full of secrets, puzzles, and stories that inevitably get deeper with every generation it goes through. I was so excited for my journey in UHC Generations. And it changed so much for my hardcore world. Loony currently exists in two places at once. Places that are entirely separate in Minecraft space, but very much connected in the real world. Because I now have two main worlds for as long as I'm alive in UHC Generations. Going into the project, I have to admit I didn't exactly know what that would be like. But I knew it was going to be a lot of work. So before leaving my world to exist in parallel, I had taken a precaution and made this place, the Quest Hub. A place where I keep track of all the tasks that I still have to do all around my world. And I'm really glad I took the time to make this, because these signs kept me going for the remainder of this 8,000 day arc. I did so many things that have been slowly piling up over the past 3 years. Some of those Quest Hub projects went by pretty quickly, like removing my Enderman farm and replacing it with a silverfish-based XP farm in my base. And some of them, well, those weren't really quests at all. Like that time where I picked up my in-world Skyblock series again. As is tradition, I put all my gear in a chest and reverted back to my Skyblock gear set. After all, this whole Skyblock part of the world started from absolutely nothing. I had left the Skyblock bridge with a really solid foundation to build on last time. So this time around, improvement came quick. I put protection 4 on all my armor, before making a big snow platform to spawn wandering traders while I farmed resources. After realizing that would still mean that I'd maybe get a trader every 5 hours or so, I decided to temporarily put a data pack on the world that would let me spawn in a trader every day. A bit of a cheaty mechanic, maybe, but hey. The Skyblock series reboot was just meant as a fun intermezzo while I worked on the UHC Generations videos in the background. With the new resources from the traders, the Skyblock potential really unlocked, and soon I was making actual farms for things like fuel, ice, and loads of pumpkins and melons. I was so enjoying the Skyblock life, until I realized that the next step in progression was locked away for me. I wanted redstone to expand my farm building options, but in a normal Skyblock world, that means you have two options. You either find a witch hut bounding box to make a witch farm, or you get blaze rods from a fortress to unlock brewing stands and clerics. To me, both of those options were impossible. So I decided that the most in-spirit solution was bridging out crazy far to retrieve a brewing stand from a village church without touching the ground. And that is when the Skyblock arc ended to a phantom. And my hardcore world would have too if I didn't throw that pearl down in time, because that was definitely a lethal high drop. After that fun Skyblock distraction, with a bit of a scare at the end, it was time to lock back in on the quests. But there was one sequence of quests that wouldn't even get finished before day 8000. It's almost a quest line with how much work it is, and technically, it was started all the way back around day 1000. To be fair, all the way back then, it was impossible to complete. Let me explain the plan and the story of the Elytra course. Back when I first started this base, I bombed out a perimeter for my witch farms to work well. But I had always had a vision bigger than just a hole in the ground. The base was supposed to be layered. On the outside, it's a cool decorated castle on a snowy mountain. But in reality, it's an underground industrial district in an enormous cave. To make the underground part look good, I constructed a cave inside the hole I'd made. And all the way back when I started that, I marked a flight path around the outside of it with red wool rings. The idea was, if the rings are there, I can build whatever I want, but will always be able to find that flight path again. And now the time had come to finally start building the actual course. One section after another, I started creating narrow tunnels and more spacious rooms around the placeholder rings. An ancient city-themed skulk tunnel led into a narrow glow-like uncovered passage. A steampunky room full of copper and giant cogs, a slime tunnel, and then through a storage room into the main cave, before it disappears into a wall behind the nether brick main hall once again. There's still a bunch of rooms to do yet, but as my story through the world of Generations progressed alongside this one, time started running out. So I refocused and pressed pause on the Elytra course to prioritize some of the more glaring missing pieces around the base. The next multiplayer phase will change this world forever in ways even I can't predict right now. But I know that the main base area has to be largely done before then. There can't be any major gaps like this side of the cave, so I have to address the yellow, orange, and red areas right now. With the 8,000 day milestone rapidly drawing near, I decided to spend the last 100 days working on the exterior of the castle area. More snow and ice to tie everything together. In all honesty, a miserable, grindy job, but the result was well worth it. And in the process, I extended the boat race track so you can now literally boat all the way from spawn into the base. I think that's really flipping cool. But honestly, not nearly as cool as these 8,000 days posters turn out. They're limited, so make sure to get it before you miss out. I put 5 extra special ones in the pile with a prize on the back. I will tell all of you guys later, but they're kind of a big deal. These 1,000 days were probably the weirdest arc yet, but maybe that's how they were supposed to feel. This world is changing. The world portal has been opened, my dragon egg is gone, and a storm is clearly brewing under the surface. A storm that could scar this world forever or leave it better than it has ever been. Only time will tell. Revoloony is coming.